What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics, and welcome back to another episode of what we believe to be one of the absolute best YouTube channels around. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by my brilliant co-host,
Q.
Trey.
And today we are going to be discussing James Gunn's quote from previously, it was actually last week he had said it. Toward the end of last week he said this is the last time that we will be seeing this Guardians team up.
And I am glad.
I know there's been a lot of discussion out there. We are going to see two deaths. I forget the actress's name, and please don't hang me. I forget the actress's name that plays Nebula, but I think it was either her or it was either the actress that plays Nebula or the actress that plays Mantis. After they read the script, they were bawling. They were in tears. Like, they said, this movie is so emotional. It's going to pull you.
I know. I'm telling you. You're saying there are two deaths. Talked about. We've already seen Groot die. That has already been something we've seen, and obviously he didn't actually die, but we've had our heartstrings pulled on that moment. There is one other member of the Guardians of the Galaxy that would hurt worse than Groot.
And I'm telling you right now, if that's the direction
they're gonna kill
that
Rocket.
they go, I'm gonna be so hurt, but pissed at the same time. Rocket is
who else can you kill? That would be you can kill Drax, sure.
I mean, Drax is dying. Drax is gonna die.
But he's he's a comic relief, and Mantis okay. I mean, Rocket's gonna hurt.
I would prefer Quill.
I would prefer Quill.
But that's the thing. I would prefer it.
Or I would prefer Nebula go, because I feel like her story's done anyway.
It is.
So then kill her.
Agreed.
Just like with Drax. I feel like Drax's story is done too. You know, his whole thing was he wanted revenge on Thanos because of what Thanos did to his family. His family's gone. I feel like Thanos is gone.
I feel like it obviously won't be Gamora because we're getting a new Gamora.
No, it's not going to be Gamora.
Right. So, but then that makes me, I don't know, that makes me think.
Well, no, I mean,
keep Quill too.
I'm fully convinced.
I hope it's Nebula.
For Rocket, for this, it is development for Groot.
I don't want it to be Nebula either.
And
if I had to choose out of her and Rocket.
Two, just who I am as a person and what I know would fuck with people the most. Because I promise you, I'm sitting there with my popcorn and my drink and my son's sitting with me and Rocket's dying. I'm throwing that fucking popcorn. I'm gonna be so upset.
What the hell are you? No!
But no other part of that movie would upset me like Rocket dying.
Man, and the thing about it is, you know, with James Gunn saying that this is the last time that we are going to see this Guardians team up, it leads you also not just to think about who's going to die in this film, but it leads you to think about, well, who's going to take over? Like who is going to be the new team of Guardians? And are they going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy? You know, if Quill stays alive, they could be renamed. They could be renamed to something like, I don't know, maybe. At one point, aren't they the Guardians of the Universe at one point in the comics?
Yes, but this goes into, and this is actually what I've been excited about, and I've talked about it in the last couple of videos. I want the galactic things to start happening.
Yeah. To
really start happening. And I'm sorry, but major people they have to play against, the current lineup's not ready for it.
No.
The current lineup can't even touch a Thanos. Thanos' minions would have ran them down. But you start bringing in, because Adam Warlock is confirmed, and that, I mean, he joins the Tribunal at one point, he literally becomes Celestial. He is, none of them can touch him.
Right.
So if we get like a Thor on the team, if we get...
Well, Thor is on the team as of right now, right? Or is he a conditional member?
Right, but I'm saying with this new team.
Moving on with the new team.
If it is just those two lineup, Thor, Adam Warlock, it's like,
Right.
We can't have a Drax anymore. What point does he serve?
Right. No, I don't want to see that. No, I did that. What you just said, Thor and Adam Warlock on the same team. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, that's
tough.
You're talking like, and I'm not saying this person will be on the team, but I'm saying that is like you're into Silver Surfer territory. Like,
right.
You need to grab real motherfuckers.
You gotta grab hitters. You gotta grab somebody that can go in and hold their own in a fight.
Well, you can have a couple people that not everyone has to move. Like Avengers had its Hawkeyes, it had its B tier Avenger, but they still had other properties to them, right? And I think that would be important because I just think that Guardians of the Galaxy is a great way to expand upon the Marvel Universe and talk about future problems as they build. Like, it's a great way to, you have your Earth's Mightiest Defenders, all of those heroes going through their events, you see how Earth is developing and different threats they're facing. then you can see these because okay, what's her Captain Marvel?
Right.
She is always into Shang-Chi. Oh, I got to deal with this. Oh, alien tech. Oh, I got to. We never see that.
Right.
What the hell is she doing?
Right.
Now we can see it.
Right. You know, that leads, you know, which leads to that what you just said about the team ups. You have Earth's Mightiest Heroes in the Avengers, but you know, we don't even have that right now. We don't have a team of Avengers right now. We're not about to even, like, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy didn't come out till 2023. So we still have this whole year before that film comes out.
Right.
By that time, I'm assuming the new Avengers team would have been assembled. So I'm assuming, at least, if I'm assuming that they.
What month of 2023? End?
I'm not sure.
They don't have solid date, I don't think.
I don't know. I think it's
not
to be
much
announced.
is coming out this year in terms of being an Avenger.
But with the announcement of, and I'm sure we'll get into this further on another video, events going on in Multiverse of Madness, we could actually have a
new
clear picture
exactly
on an Avengers lineup.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think. I'm gonna save that for the. I'm gonna save that because I have a lot to say about that. But I'm gonna save that for that Multiverse of Madness video. But like you said, we don't have a current Avengers team. With this Guardians team going to separate, and this is the last time we're going to see them. Like you said, we're starting to see new teams form within the MCU. Like
well,
the
and
new
it makes
Avengers,
sense to do that.
The West Coast Avengers, you know.
Right,
the
but
young
you
Avengers.
saw that throughout all the comics as these groups
Yes.
evolved and
Yeah.
changed.
That's why there was never any need for the Eternals. That's
Yeah.
why when you look at the Eternals, you're like, okay, you've got the West Coast Avengers, you've got the Guardians of the Universe or Galaxy or whatever they're going to be called now. You know, so you got all these
I've
teams.
always liked, because, okay, we got a really, I mean, the Guardians movies did it, but another movie would be Thor Ragnarok. All these movies that go galactic, that go off Earth, I see the shit I want to see. I see the Collector. I see Beta Ray Bill. We saw him, or at least the picture of him. You see, we've been talking about Adam Warlock since the first Guardians movie. You know, Ego and everything. I mean, it's there's so much that it's like, how far are you gonna take that? How they're sprinkling it along, and that goes back to Carol Danvers always being like, I'm doing space shit. Ooh, me and my cool behind this. It's like putting up a curtain over all the cool shit. Now they can explore it because they've been little breadcrumbing all along the way.
And I think that we are reaching that point in the MCU to where we are about to get really heavy on the cosmic side of things. You know, we've seen the massive height of the Celestials. You know, we've seen now that Adam Warlock is about to enter, and you saw it at the end of Guardians 2, him in basically that incubation system. So we know that Adam Warlock is coming. We know that things are about to get even more cosmic with the Multiverse of Madness, with Kang coming, with Quantum Mania. So things are. I think that they really are building toward that huge cosmic explosion to where we are going to see characters and events that we have not yet to see, that we're just hearing about, like you said with Carol. Like when Carol at the end of Shang-Chi, when she said, "Oh, I've got something I've got to go handle." What are you handling? Like,
what are you doing over there?
What are you handling? Like, and what the fuck are the rings signaling that's out there? You know,
right.
What is on the cosmic side of things?
That's another thing too. Of I think, okay, there's a tried and true trope that always happens with comics and in media like this, a progression of events where adding this dynamic of a whole other team in the galaxy is, events can happen on Earth. They can be dealing with Kang. It can be a whole thing where you have whoever comes in with Multiverse of Madness, whatever, and they're dealing with Kang, and it's a son of a bitch, just like it was with Thanos. But they handle it, and imagine right when Earth's Mightiest Defenders handle Kang and hold him back and stop what's happening, boom, the Guardians show up, they're like, hey, we need help, Galactus, hey, we need, and it's like, you don't miss that beat, where normally it's like, bad guy ends, long build up till the next thing. Now that there's multiple key events shifting and going on, it's boom, 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 and you never know which one's going to fire off. And as they keep adding to it, again, like where they land down, hey, Galactus is and right as they're going, you bring a Thanos back in. You bring it. They're really. This is the expansion I've wanted to see. Yeah. This is where they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, where we currently are in the MCU with Phase 4. You know, I know that there have been some people that have said Phase 4's kind of started out really slow. It hasn't been as not heroic's not the right word. It hasn't been as, I guess, emotionally capturing, because let's put it this way. Let me put it this way, and I can agree to that because there are some that I haven't loved everything in Phase 4. Where in the past I can say, oh, I loved that. I loved that. I loved that. I loved WandaVision. I loved Shang-Chi. I loved
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, of course. And I loved Loki. That's it. Out of the other projects, that's the only thing I've loved that they've done in Phase 4 so far. So I know that Phase 4 has been somewhat slow to some.
Well,
maybe not to everyone.
Also, they're doing this thing, and this is a tough job for them, as it would be for anyone. They gave you Iron Man. They gave you Thor. They gave you Cap. They gave you the heavy hitters. In every movie, you're like, fucking, it's the Thor movie! And it was so hype, right? They're gone. I mean, Thor's not gone.
Right.
But now they are like, here's Shang-Chi. Will you like him? We knew you liked Thor. We crowdsourced beforehand. Will you like the Loki standalone? They're timidly doing this, but I think it's because they need to get these people in before they open the fucking floodgates.
And I don't want to sit here and make it sound like I'm one of those people that's just like, where I'm one of these people that's just like, oh, if the show didn't have all this action pack blowing up and it wasn't like an in-game type level film or in-game type level project, then I don't like it. No. Like Hawkeye for me was very, very low. And the reason it was just low was just because of, again, it wasn't
a great story.
Yeah, just the story wasn't there. So to bring it back to the Guardians and what I was about that, to say, like, that's still going to be within Phase 4. By the time we get to the Guardians, we should have been, boom. I mean, what's coming out before that? We've got Multiverse of Madness, we've got Wakanda Forever, we've got Thor: Love and Thunder, we've got Moon Knight, we've got Miss Marvel.
Is the Marvels?
No, the Marvels isn't coming out
That's
until
after.
2023.
Is it before or after it though?
I'm not sure. I'd have to.
Well, that's the
So many
TBD
things have been
word.
switched.
Right.
You know,
I'm
They
not
keep
going
pushing
to
stuff
predict-
back.
but
They
see,
might still.
I'm not going to predict anything
Yeah.
on.
But see, the reason that
next
Kevin
year.
Feige is pushing all this shit back, and we're seeing, people might get upset and be like, "Oh, why'd that get pushed back?" Or there's a plan, bro. Like,
Sure.
there's a reason why things are getting pushed back and rearranged. Just because at one point in time, maybe it made sense in the story to have that there. But now that we've started elevating this, and we've started even elevating the story that we maybe had set in stone, but no, even with No Way Home, as I've said this before, bro, No Way Home up until the pandemic was a Kraven story. It was not until the pandemic hit that they decided, boom, we need to bring in these other Spider-Men. We need to do this. It was an idea, but it was a Kraven-centered story.
Not even gonna show him.
Yeah, it was a Kraven-centered, like Tom has said that in interviews. Like, that's not what it was. So it's not like Marvel can't, even with the WandaVision stuff. Doctor Strange was scheduled to be in WandaVision in that last episode, where he was supposed to show up to her at the cabin. Marvel at the last minute decided, no. Marvel can decide and do whatever the fuck Marvel wants to do.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, we are going to, with all the pushbacks and everything that they're doing,
We'll get it when we get it.
yes, it's not going to be
right
in the right way. There's a certain way, where at one point maybe they wanted Secret Invasion to be in 2022. At one point it was, but something with maybe a development in story, or somebody had an idea, or somebody brought something else to the table, and like, oh shit, we might need to push this back. Now we need to rearrange these other projects. So it's just like, with Guardians being in 2023 and being that far into Phase 4, when we finally do get to that, I really think that it is going to be, again, I can't remember which actress it was, Nebula or Mantis. We are going to be. I think a lot of us are going to cry. I think it's going to hit a lot of us in our feelings.
Let's go through that real fast. So with the Guardians, right? Who still has major story left to tell?
Rocket. I'm not just saying that. Bro. We don't know shit.
He really does.
We don't know shit. I mean, obviously in the comics, the High Evolutionary is the one that created Rocket, or created Rocket.
Right.
So, and I'm assuming they're going to keep that the same way in the MCU. So, we need that story. Like, how was Rocket created? What
For what purpose?
Yeah, what was the purpose and all that kind of stuff. And then not only that, don't kill him. I want to see more of Rocket after that. So,
And the only other one is like the new Gamora. We don't know her story really, or how she's gonna be necessarily. We know her story, but we don't know who she's gonna be. But for the rest of them, we know
I don't want Quill to die.
No. I mean,
see, but that's
if you're going lazy, it's Drax and Mantis. And if you're going lazy, it's Drax and Mantis. That's the easiest way they can.
But James Gunn isn't going lazy.
And see, the reason I say Drax, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna. He's not gonna go lazy. It's like his final movie of the trilogy, like he said.
It.
Like if we were to read this,
well, I'm not saying lazy. I'm saying easy.
The full quote. He's saying like it's scary because he's trying to he doesn't want to mess up. He wants to do his best. So it's like
he was even quoted saying he wanted he wishes he could get another 100 mil or 500 mil, something he said like that, to make this film what he really wants to make this film.
Right. Because he's done excellent.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna sit here and play James Gunn.
Oh,
we're not gonna sit here and play like James Gunn is not goated. What?
Right,
I mean, like even the shit he did.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, DC or Marvel. We're not gonna pretend now. Suicide Squad, bro. You can say what you want. For me, it was fun. It wasn't all that, but it was still a James Gunn goated film. He still did a damn good job opposed to the first Suicide Squad.
He improved. Yes, he
did a
polished
damn
a pile
good
of
job.
shit.
Yes, that's what I'm
did.
saying. That's what I mean. He did a damn good job.
All I'm saying is on his resume that would not be. It should not be even close to the. It should be like in the what is it the other talents or whatever. Like other talents, I can fuck around with shit films.
And
that's fine.
What's funny too is I'm looking at it from a drama perspective. As far as Drax goes, bro. Dave Bautista was. Someone tweeted him when What If came out and said, "Why aren't you voicing Drax on What If?" And I don't think this is word for word, but he basically was saying, "Well, hell, he didn't even know about it. He didn't know that they, No one asked him. No one called him and said, "Hey, can you voice your character?" There were a lot of people, voice actors, because not everyone can act and be a voice actor.
Oh, voice acting is very, very
yes.
tough.
Not everyone can be a voice actor. So some people obviously. They brought in an actor for Spider-Man because the whole, I don't know how that contract shit works with Sony and Tom. Benedict Cumberbatch did his. That was he did his.
The whole
voice.
Cast showed up for that.
Yeah, for that.
Guardians is May 5th.
T'Challa, May 5th.
May 5th.
Okay. T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman did his. That was his last Marvel thing that he did. But I don't really know. But that's a good question. But it's still the simple fact of, why would you not have him come in and do his character? Even, I mean, what is the voice acting to Drax? Just being the comedic dumbass that he normally is. I mean, that's not how he is in the comic, but that's,
Right.
I'm saying it's different to voice act, but when you're already, a character and then you just gotta come in and do one episode of animation.
I mean, I honestly will...
To not even hit him up.
Just from previous experience of I like anime a lot, and there's a lot of voice actors that I heavily, pay attention to. It's not fucking easy. And just because you can play a character on screen doesn't mean your voice is entertaining enough to carry it in an animated format.
That's very true.
There is a lot of logistics that go into it. It's difficult. However, that doesn't mean you don't even let the motherfucker know.
From my understanding, that's what he was saying, that they didn't let him know.
They might bring you in and say, hey, if this don't work, we're just going to tell you, hey, this ain't going to work. But at least, hey.
And he had also said, all good things have to come to an end.
Third film, we're gonna wrap it up, and it's been a hell of a journey with a few bumps. So I'm looking forward to this, man. My cast and obviously the director James Gunn they're like family to me. This is kind of where my journey started. It's come full circle, and I'm looking forward to wrapping it up. And it's a bittersweet. I mean, I've been doing Guardians since 2013, and when this comes out, it'll be into 2023. So that's it's a 10-year journey. All things must end, and I'm looking forward to kind of wrapping this up with my friends and family.
That was something he had was quoted saying. I mean, Dave Bautista, Drax is dead. Drax is gonna die. Drax is gonna die. I think when writing Guardians, that was the first death. I mean, they wrote that in the draft.
Yeah.
That and it's kind of sad. They hoed Drax on screen though.
Yeah, they did.
Drax didn't even know Destroyer. He
is not the Drax of the comics.
No, he's definitely not the Drax of the comics at all.
And
he's one of the more powerful in the Guardians group too, in the comics at least.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I do like that Gunn did take his comedic spin to it because it's a lighthearted comedy. It's not we're gonna fucking ruin an entire group.
I
of
love the
comedy.
Guardians
It's like,
films.
No,
Yeah,
but
a lot of people don't
they're
care.
underrated.
They are. That's what I'm saying. They are underrated. Like a
better
lot of
Marvel
people
movies.
don't like Guardians 2. Like the Guardians 2 is down. I love
no,
Guardians.
I
2.
love.
Yeah, I
No, I was gonna
Guardians
say
2.
when I was really weirded out by before I saw it. What's his name? Fuck.
Rambo.
What?
You're talking about what's his name?
Quill's.
Yondu?
The guy that plays Yondu. I'm weirded out by him as an actor. I don't like a lot of the stuff he's done. I didn't think they would do it too well, and no, they.
No,
Michael Rooker?
He was great as Yondu. I don't know who he is, but whoever he was great as Yondu.
Well, I wasn't sure how I feel about it at first. I'm like, because I've seen him in other things. He's in The Walking Dead. He's
like going into seeing the
going
second
into it.
one.
I'm like, I don't know how I feel about like, are we really just going off the rails with this? But then seeing it, I was like, oh, you just fucking good.
Yeah.
But I'll admit, it is Guardians is weird. What I mean by weird, it's different. It is not your
MCU film,
especially your early MCUs. It really isn't. But I love. But if you haven't noticed, every time they go to space, though, it's kind of the same shit. It's the 70s music heavily. It's kind of trippy. It's kind of silly at certain points because they did that with Ragnarok. They did it with the Guardians movies, and I'm cool with it because I like the vibe they're going for it. Because nothing. Other than Thanos, nothing sinister's come out of space yet. No. They haven't gotten into it, it works for me. I understand where people might have some complaints, but like, Groot died, my wife cried for a long, it was sad. They're good movies, man.
The Guardians films are great movies. I think Guardians 3 is going to be great. It's definitely going to be an emotional deal to have two deaths. Especially if they are who people are speculating they're going to be. So it's going to be an emotional film. More is going to come out obviously as we get closer to May 5th. Of course. About Guardians. I will say this though, and I've said this in a previous video, but I'm going to say it again. Scoopers and leakers, or Marvel and Disney are coming down hard on scoopers and leakers. If you look at even My Time to Shine Hello, they're wording things differently on Twitter instead of just saying, oh, this is going to happen in the film. And it's being worded different because now, from my understanding, Kevin Feige and crew don't want a repeat of No Way Home, which is understandable. They don't want to see
a leak like that, especially a bad leak. It costs you millions of dollars. And also, if we knew nothing about No Way Home.
I was about to say, imagine if we went into No Way Home thinking it was
I have been saying that.
But I'm just saying, if you walked in and saw it, and we had no idea, I'm fucking hooked for the next 6 movies.
Bro,
you
that's
make.
what I'm telling you.
That's
what I'm. Just imagine. I've used this example before. Imagine in the 80s when they went and saw Empire Strikes Back, and Vader said, "Luke, I'm your," and no one in the fucking stand, no one. Mark Hamill himself didn't know that until the day of filming that. Lucas came into his trailer and said, "Hey,
he's your dad.
He's your dad." And Mark Hamill was like, "What?" So like, imagine being in the audience, and then because I'd be like, "No way, no." So just imagine so again, you bring that type of hype to No Way Home, and when Andrew I'd piss my pants. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I would have pissed my bro. I mean Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, number one fucking fan.
See,
so I would have been.
No, but you're not. No, if we don't know what's coming, right? We don't fucking know
At all.
And you see Andrew.
Not just Andrew. The
that
minute
second
Hawk shows
portal
up.
opened. Oh, okay, that would have been if they wouldn't have added that in the trailer at all.
Man,
that for me would have been fucking table flipping because what do I like more than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man from that universe?
Is Doc Ock.
Is Doc Ock.
Oh man.
That right there, yeah, I would have been like.
So good.
My son would, because he was asking, he's like, why is everyone clapping? He'd get so confused. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're not doing this right now. I'd be I'd be shaking, dude.
Yeah, bro.
And then, you see Andrew Garfield, but I'm saying that second portal opens.
And then Toby walks out.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine if we didn't fucking know?
Imagine you not knowing Green Goblin was in that film.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
That is another thing that's better than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is his Green Goblin.
Man, they do a damn portal and Thanos walks out. I don't know, some crazy ass shit, bro. Like it just, It was just just imagine. So the same thing with Guardians. Only reason I even said that was to bring up the whole, like, by May 5th, Marvel and Disney, I'm not saying that they're about to...
2023.
Yes, that is so true. I
2023.
forget that. May 25th, 2023. By that time, Marvel could have a clamp down on this shit to where it's like, not shit gets out.
Right.
Where you don't know anything about the film at
Right.
all. You know, but
see, I kind of like that because, okay, just even as a content creating page here, right? Sure, we can run you all the leaks we see. We can say this person said this happening, and it's happening. And I've mentioned before in movies that I don't want to know the spoilers, but for what we do, I'm gonna know.
As
the
a
spoilers,
content
I'm gonna
creator,
tell you.
yes.
But I almost think it merits more discussion and breathe. I mean, it's the lifeblood of fans to speculate and theorize. So if we get less, we'll think more. We're not just going to be like, we're not going to say anything. We're going to talk, and we're going to talk till you want to see.
Run.
So I kind of like that aspect. It more can be discussed.
As a
instead
fan,
of a fact.
I like it. As a fan of Marvel movies, I love it. But as a YouTuber and content creator, I hate it.
Oh no,
I don't like it because it's one of those things where I still want those videos because I'm one of those people where I want to tell, like, for the people that care about spoilers and things like that, I want to be like, hey, this is what we could possibly see in the film. This is now we could do that, just theorizing, whatever.
Right.
But if I could come with, like, and here's this evidence proving that it might, and here's this, if this person tweeted this, and this insider said,
right.
As a content creator, that pulls people in. Like that's your bread and butter type of
sure. But I'm
videos.
saying, but also as a, like you were saying, as a fan, but as a fan who can sit there and talk with you guys about it.
Yeah.
It's so good if any leaker drops a possible, or it's like coded kind of, where it could go one way or the other. We can sit here and go round and round about it, and that's because then I can actually see what. We can see what fans and what each other actually wants to see more than if you all come and say Wolverine is in Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's what I have to deal with, but it's Wolverine might or it could be Nightcrawler. I can sit there and be like, damn, dude, damn, what do I want?
Which is more likely, you think? Like,
yeah, not only that, but it's just like, instead of you telling me and me, I like it or not, it could be this and now I can think about it, now I can speculate. It changes the ball game, and I don't want all these things ruined. Give me some.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit. I don't want to know the whole movie before I go in. I knew the whole movie of No Way Home.
Yes, I knew the whole movie of No Way Home. Like, that's why whenever, like, I cheered when Charlie Cox walked on, but it was one of those things like, oh, we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew he was coming. So there's just a lot of different. Yeah, like when we saw Doc Ock and we saw Goblins, like, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. Did I jump up? Was I clapping? Especially when Andrew came through. Yes, but we knew that shit. We knew that was going to happen. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say the speculation of was Andrew in it? Was Toby in it? Was that still like a thing? Right. It was.
But what was the most impactful thing in that movie to me? I did not know Ant-Man was going to die.
I speculated that though.
But that's where speculation comes in, where I did not know.
Yeah.
That was was probably the hardest hitting scene in that film.
It was.
So you go into a Guardians film.
I watched it the other day.
That's true, because they're speculating if it was her or Happy.
Yeah, but you go into a Guardians film, and they're like, there's 2 possible deaths.
And you don't know.
And I know less and less about the film. More and more things are going to have me throwing things, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That is what we still... It's still important
we need to
have
get
that.
back to that as moviegoers.
Yeah.
As moviegoers, and especially in this MCU connective, unprecedented world that they've built, universe that they've built, we need that. We need to be able to go into, and again, as a YouTube creator, I'm halfway on the fence with it, but as a fan, we do need that as far as trying to get back into cinema, trying to get back into the movie theater, like just everything. We need to be more surprised, because the atmosphere, when I saw No Way Home, that's the type of atmosphere anytime I see a Marvel film. I want it to be like that.
But I think they don't tell me they didn't lean into it a little bit for some clout, for some hype.
Oh yeah.
There was a period in time, and I think now they're just realizing we've already got them hooked. They're coming, so maybe let's cover it up. But sure, there was a time when they were like, "Hey, we're doing an Avengers movie," or we're have them all in the movie, and it's like, did you hear? Dude, we have to go see that now. Well, now instead it's like they're just cutting us off, and it's like, no, wait, mystery man, tell me what's in your bag of secrets. We gotta go find out.
Right. Yeah. No. It's a. Like I said, I'm on the fence on it, but I definitely am one of the ones where I want to be surprised.
Right.
I I want to be surprised. But again, as always, question is always for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys want to see in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out May 5th, 2023. Do you want to see Rocket die? Do you want to see Nebula die? Who wants to see them die? I mean, who wants to see them die? But some, whatever. Who are you speculating is going to die? Is it going to be Rocket? Is it going to be Nebula? Is it going to be Mantis? Is it going to be Quill? We know it's Drax, so we're just...
Check one off.
Let us know what you guys are wanting to see. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.